Well, hello everybody. This is Katik, and it is Tuesday, March 31st. Ooh, we at the last day of March, April tomorrow, but there's no fools around. The time is 6:42 a.m., and we're about to record a long-awaited blog posting. I've been extremely busy. Just want to let you all know I've been working on a few projects. I've been working on a play. I've been working on a new novel. Still working on my book, the newspaper, and trying to keep up the blog. So I have been extremely busy, and I want to sincerely apologize for not posting regularly. So hey, I'm not going to keep talking and talking. I'm going to let it flow. I'm going to let it roll with it. I hope you enjoyed this blog posting, and I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday wherever you are in this gorgeous planet. Thank you for supporting me, and I appreciate you so much. Have a beautiful day.
The Mirror Don't Blink. A story about what follows you when nobody else does. By Khatib Shunner. Author's opening note. Let me say this now before we get too deep in it. Before you get comfortable. Before you lean back, thinking this just another piece you can nod your head to and keep it moving. This one might sit a little different on you. Not because I am trying to scare you. Not because I am trying to preach at you like somebody auntie after 2 glasses of sweet red wine and a Bible verse she halfway remember. Nah, this right here. This come from a place that don't really let me sleep all the way through the night sometimes. Because I've been watching. Not in a creepy way. Relax. I ain't sitting outside nobody window like some spiritual peeping Tom. I mean watching life, watching people, watching how we move, watching how we treat each other like we got unlimited chances to get it right later. And I keep noticing something that don't sit right in my spirit. We real comfortable being one way in public, and a whole different storm behind closed doors. We want grace but don't give it. We want understanding but don't listen. We want love but we ration it like gas money at the end of the month. And the wild part is, we really believe that don't come back around. Like life just forgetting. Like energy don't remember. Like the things we say and do just disappear like smoke in the air. Yeah. Alright. Let me not get ahead of myself. I'm not here to judge you. Truth be told, if this story got fingers it pointing at me too, I done had my moments. Times I said things I should have swallowed. Times I moved cold when I should have been warm. Times I chose pride over peace like it was on sale. So this ain't me talking down to you. This me sitting next to you, kinda nudging your shoulder like, hey, you ever thought about this? And I'm warning you now, this story might mess with you a little bit. Might make you laugh. Might make you uncomfortable, might make you look at somebody different, might make you look at yourself different. And if it do that, then it did exactly what it came to do. Now come on, let's step into it. Part 1. New Orleans don't sleep the way other cities pretend to. It hum. Even when it's quiet, it hum. Like something always breathing underneath it. Something old. Something that been watching longer than the streetlights been standing. You ever sit outside late at night when the air feel thick enough to wear, and you swear the city listening back to you? Yeah, that kind of hum. That's where this story live. And if you listen close enough, you might hear your own footsteps in it. First person you gotta meet is Darnell. Darnell got money. Real money. The kind that make people laugh at his jokes even when they ain't funny. The kind that make folks call him brother who wouldn't even nod at him 10 years ago. He owned properties from uptown to the east. Walk around smelling like expensive decisions and cheap patience. But Darnell got a habit. He don't see people. He see use. If you useful, you close. If you not, you invisible. And he real smooth with it too. Won't even disrespect you loud. Nah, he do it quiet. The kind of disrespect that make you question if you tripping. Oh, I forgot to call you back. My bad, I've been busy. Busy doing what, not you. Then you got Miss Laverne. She ride the bus every morning like clockwork. Same seat, same purse, same look like life done tried her one too many times, but she's still standing out of pure stubbornness. She kind. Too kind sometimes. The type that'll give you her last and go home figuring it out later. But deep down, she tired. Tired of giving, tired of being overlooked, tired of pouring into people who treat her like she refillable. And she don't say it out loud, but it's sit in her chest like unpaid rent. Now meet Jamal. Young dude, quick with his mouth, faster with his hands. He don't trust nobody, and honestly, life gave him a couple good reasons not to. But instead of healing that, he weaponized it. He talk sharp, move reckless, laugh at pain like it's entertainment. You ever meet somebody who joke about everything? Yeah, them kind. The ones who hurting the loudest but got everybody thinking they the life of the party. Then there's Father Benoit, old church on the corner, paint peeling like it gave up on trying to impress anybody. He preach about grace every Sunday, but he got secrets. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind. The kind that look like ignoring people when they need help because it's inconvenient. The kind that say, I'll pray for you, but never actually do. His faith sound good, but it don't always show up. And then there's Celeste. Social media perfect. Smiles, filters, captions about peace and healing and protect your energy like she invented the concept. But behind that screen, she gossip like it's a second job. Judge people she don't even know. Tear folks down in private, then post about love in public. You ever see somebody build a whole personality off words they don't live? Yeah, that. Now all of them got one thing in common. They don't know they being followed. Not by a person. Not exactly. Something else. Something patient. Something that don't rush. Something that don't forget. They call it the mirror walker. But not everybody know the name. Some people just feel it. Like a chill that don't match the weather. Like footsteps that don't echo right. Like being watched, but when you turn around ain't nobody there. The mirror walker ain't good. Ain't evil either. That's what make it worse. It don't care about your excuses. Don't care about your intentions. Don't care how hard your life was or who did what to you first. All it do is watch and collect. Every word you say, every choice you make, every time you help, every time you harm, it gather it up like receipts, and it don't lose none of them. See, people think life got a delay on consequences. Like you got time. Like you can stack up behavior and deal with it later. The mirror walker don't work like that. It just waits. And when it's time, it don't knock. One night the city felt different. Not loud, not quiet either. Just heavy. Like the air knew something people didn't. Darnell was closing a deal. Pushed a family out they home smooth as butter. Papers signed, money moved. Smile on his face like he just did something impressive. He stepped outside adjusting his watch. That's when he saw it. Across the street. Standing still. Watching. Didn't move. Didn't blink. Darnell frowned. Man, what is this? He shook it off. Got in his car. Drove off. But the whole ride, he felt it. Like something sat in the passenger seat. Quiet. Miss Laverne felt it too. But different. She was walking home tired, feet aching, heart heavier than her grocery bags. A man asked her for help. She hesitated. First time. Ever. She looked at him, then looked away. I'm sorry, baby. I can't tonight. She kept walking. But something behind her stopped walking. Jamal laughed it off when he felt it. He always do. But that night, when he swung on somebody over something small, real small, and saw the way they hit the ground, not moving right, not breathing right, something in him paused, just for a second, and in that second, he wasn't alone. Celeste saw it in her reflection, thought it was a glitch and a trick of the light, but it wasn't mirroring her, not exactly. It was watching her, through her. And Father Benoit, he heard it, not with his ears, with his spirit, like something whispering, not words, just truth. The mirror walker had stopped following and started closing in. And see, this where people get it twisted. They think the reckoning come loud, with thunder, with warning. Nah, it come quiet, personal, precise. Because when it finally stand in front of you, it ain't bringing nothing new, just bringing you, back to you. And not everybody ready for that, not even a little bit. This ain't the part where I tell you to be scared. Nah, fear don't change people. Truth do. And the truth is simple. Everything you do matters. Everything. Not just the big moments. The small ones too. The way you talk to people when you irritated. The way you treat folks who can't do nothing for you. The way you move when nobody watching. Especially that part. Because somebody always watching. Not to judge you. Not to punish you. But to reflect you. And the real question ain't if the mirror walker real. The real question is, if it stood in front of you tonight, what would it have to give back? Because whatever it is, you gave it first. Part 2. When the reflection speaks back, what you sent out never forgot the way home. By Khatib Shunner. The city did not wake up that next morning. It just continued. Same buses groaning down Claiborne, same corner stores opening like they owed the neighborhood consistency, same folks moving like routine was something they could hide inside. But something had shifted. Not loud, not dramatic, just enough that if your spirit was paying attention, you would feel it sitting on your shoulders like humidity you could not shake. Something had stopped waiting. Darnell noticed it first. Not because he was the most aware, but because he had the most to lose. See, when you build your life stacking decisions on top of other people's struggles, eventually that tower start leaning. And that morning his phone would not stop ringing. Deals falling through. Investments freezing up. People he thought was solid suddenly forgetting his name like it was optional. He paced his living room, cussing under his breath. This don't even make sense. But deep down, it did. Because every door that closed on him felt familiar. Felt like something he had done before. Just on the other side of it, Miss Laverne felt it different. Quieter. More personal. She was back on that same bus. Same seat. Same routine. But when that same man from the night before got on again, this time asking someone else for help, they turned him down. Cold. Quick. Like he wasn't even human. And she felt it. Not what they did, but how it echoed. Like her own voice coming back to her wearing somebody else's mouth. She looked down at her hands. Soft. Giving. Tired. And for the first time, she wondered, if kindness that forget itself turned into something else, something heavy, something unfinished. Jamal ain't sleep at all. He kept seeing it. Not the fight, not even the moment his hand connected, but the stillness after. That silence that don't belong in a living body. He sat on the edge of his bed, rubbing his face. Man, dude probably just knocked out. He said it like he was trying to convince himself, but his chest wasn't buying it. And then he saw it. In the corner of the room, standing, still, watching, same height as him, same shape as him, but not him. Man, what the... He stood up fast, heart knocking against his ribs like it was trying to leave early. You playing with me? But it didn't move, didn't react, just existed. And the longer he looked at it, the more it felt like it wasn't looking at him. It was looking through him, like it already knew everything it needed to know. Celeste tried to ignore it. She always did. That little discomfort in her chest when she posted something she didn't live. That itch in her spirit when she talked about somebody just to feel bigger for a moment. She brushed it off, filtered it, captioned it. But this time, the mirror didn't cooperate. She stood there fixing her hair, practicing a smile she knew would perform well online. And behind her reflection, it stood, clear as truth, not distorted, not hidden, watching. And when she turned around, nothing. Back to the mirror. Still there. Father Benoit dropped his Bible. That's how you know something real happened. Because men like him don't drop things like that. Not out of habit. Not out of accident. He was alone in the church, sunlight stretching through stained glass like it was trying to reach him. And he felt it. Not fear. Recognition. Like something ancient had stepped into the room. And it wasn't asking permission. You've been watching me, he whispered. And for the first time in a long time, his voice didn't sound sure of anything. And then it began. The mirror walker does not rush, but when it moves, everything else slows down. Darnell was first. Of course he was, because when you spend your life taking, the return comes heavy. He stood in his office staring at numbers that no longer made sense. And then the lights flickered. Once, twice, then steady. And there it was, across from him. Not across the street this time. Not distant. Close. Too close. What you want? Darnell asked, voice tighter than he expected. No answer. Just presence. And then it stepped forward. That is when it started. Not an attack. Not violence. Reflection. Every deal he made, he felt it. From the other side. The panic of losing a home. The helplessness of being overlooked. The quiet anger of being dismissed like you didn't matter. It hit him all at once. Layered. Heavy. Unavoidable. He dropped to his knees. Not from force. From weight. I didn't know. He gasped. But something inside him answered back, yes, you did. You just did not care enough to stop. Across the city, Miss Laverne sat on her bed and felt something she wasn't expecting. Love, but not gentle. Overwhelming every moment she gave. Every time she showed up. Every ounce of care she poured into people who never said thank you. It came back. All at once. Filling her chest so full she started crying. Not from pain. From realization. I was not empty, she whispered. I was just never poured into... And the mirror walker stood there. Still. Witnessing it. Now Jamal. Jamal's moment was different. Because what he gave was not soft. He stumbled outside, needing air, needing anything that didn't feel like his own thoughts. But the street felt wrong. Too quiet, too aware. And then he saw him. The man from the night before, standing. That ain't possible. Jamal stepped back, heart racing. You was... He couldn't finish it. Wouldn't. The man tilted his head. Not angry. Not vengeful. Just present. And that was worse. Then Jamal felt it. Not from the outside. From inside his own body. The impact. The fall, the breath leaving, the confusion, the fear, the nothing after. He screamed, not loud, but deep, like something inside him cracked open and didn't know how to close again. I ain't mean, but the truth didn't let him finish. Because meaning don't erase damage. Celeste collapsed in front of her mirror. Because hers didn't come as pain, it came as exposure. Every word she said about people, she heard it, not as gossip, as truth. Directed at her, every insecurity she fed in others now lived in her chest, loud, unfiltered, unavoidable. You fake. The voice didn't come from outside. It came from within, and it sounded just like her. She covered her ears. But you can't block yourself. Father Benoit, he didn't fight it. He knew better. Or at least, he thought he did. When the mirror walker stood before him, he bowed his head, ready. Or so he believed. And what came back was silence, not peace, not comfort, just absence. Every prayer he didn't say, every moment he chose convenience over compassion, every time he spoke faith but did not live it, came back as nothing. And that nothing was louder than anything else. I had the words, he whispered, but I did not have the walk. The mirror walker does not punish. It reveals. And here is the part nobody really want to talk about, the part that sit heavy. The part that don't let you just read this and move on like it was entertainment. What happens when you are not all good or all bad? Because let's be honest, ain't nobody walking around here pure or anything. So what does the mirror walker do? It gives it all back, not one at a time, not separated nice and neat, all at once. That love you gave, mixed with the pain you caused, that kindness you showed, entangled with the harm you ignored, that patience and that pride, that compassion and that cruelty, all of it returns, and that is where people break. Not from punishment, from truth, because you can't hide from a reflection that don't blink. Now let me bring this to you. Yeah, you. Reading this, sitting wherever you're sitting, thinking about people you know, situations you've been through, maybe even just shaking your head like, man, that's deep. But this ain't about them. This about you. If something was following you right now, not judging you, not threatening you, just collecting, what would it have? Would it be heavy with patience or crowded with pride? Would it carry your compassion or echo your silence when somebody needed you? And if it stood in front of you tonight, right now, no warning, no time to fix nothing, what would come back to you? Because whatever it is, you wrote it every day, every moment, every choice. So maybe, just maybe, the point ain't to fear the mirror walker. Maybe the point is to become someone you wouldn't be afraid to meet. Because one day, whether you believe it or not, whether you spiritual or logical or somewhere in between, you will. And when you do, it won't speak. It won't have to. You will already understand. Author's closing words. If this sat on you heavy, that means it reached where it was supposed to reach. I don't write just to write. I write because something in me refuses to stay quiet when truth knocking. And if you felt something while reading this, a pause, a shift, a little discomfort, even a small smile in between the weight, that means you alive in the ways that matter. All I ask is this. If this touched you in any way, do not keep it to yourself. Share it. Send it to somebody who needs it. Talk about it. Sit with it. And if you believe in what I am building, If you feel the spirit behind these words, support me in whatever positive way you can, whether that is sharing, donating, or simply speaking my name in rooms I have not stepped into yet. I am Khatib Shunar, and this right here, this is just the beginning. To be continued. Part 3 coming soon.